Hello team, Chrissy Mueller, your Triple Diamond upline. I'm just going to break down everything that I was doing in my Google Hangout trainings in just one simple video so that way you can all watch. I'm going to kind of go over what's worked with me with Instagram and what hasn't worked for me. I say it all the time, what works for me might not work for somebody else and vice versa. So take these tips, try them out, see if they work for you. If they don't, kind of tweak them around a little bit to kind of figure out what works for you. About a year and a half ago, I was struggling big time in this business. I knew I wanted to be successful, but I was running out of my warm market of people that I knew. I didn't know a whole lot of people, so I needed to do something to be able to reach out to people outside of those that I knew. I was working full time, so it was hard for me to just get out and go meet people whenever I was at a job during the day. So my outlet to do that was Instagram. I decided to give it a try. One day I just sat down, I watched Building Your Business on Instagram on YouTube all day long, just different videos. So I kind of took those tips, I adjusted them to me, figured out what worked for me. I've learned so much along the way of this year and a half with working my Instagram. The biggest thing though is being consistent. I don't work my Instagram one day a week and then I'm done with it for another week. I am building my business every single day on Instagram, but it has paid off for me because I'd say 99% of all of my leads, all of my orders, all of my new team members come from Instagram. Prior to Instagram, I don't know if there was ever a month where I completed the steps to success. Now I complete it one to two times a month, usually twice a month, and I'd say 99% at least is from Instagram. So I have some notes in front of me. I'm just going to kind of go over, I'll have my phone in front of me most of the time. So I'm just going to kind of start from the beginning. We're going to go basic and then we're going to kind of step it up a little bit. I'm going to start by just kind of showing you my feed here. So if you look on my phone or on my Instagram, you'll see that my Instagram name is my name. It doesn't have anything with It Works. It doesn't have anything with wraps. A couple of different reasons. One reason, I want people to connect with me as Chrissy and not as just an It Works distributor. I want to create relationships with people. That way they kind of know me on a name basis, not by Rapping with Chrissy or It Works or anything like that. Okay, so that is my Instagram handle. Again, it's my name. I'm going to step down here to my bio. In there, you don't see anything about It Works. You don't see anything about wraps. You don't see anything about order from me because I'm going to connect with them as Chrissy and not as just an It Works distributor. My Instagram feed is not just about It Works, so why would I have my bio be about It Works? Another reason, there's so many different direct sales that are on Instagram right now. I don't want somebody to come across my feed and be like, oh, it's just another person trying to sell me something. I don't even have my website on there. I have just my Facebook link. And I have this on there just so it's easier for someone to come across me and friend request me on Facebook. Some people like to message on there more than they do on Instagram. So that kind of gives them the opportunity to do that. Okay, so if you go into Edit Profile, you're going to see in here is where you're going to be able to edit your bio. I threw in some emojis in there just to kind of keep it eye-catching. And then I just have my other information there. Okay, now if you go up to the little dial up there, you'll see that I actually have my account set on private. I don't think there's one way I don't think public's necessarily better than private, and I don't think private's necessarily better than public. For me, I've been both. I was public for, I would say, a majority of the time while I was on Instagram, and up until a couple of months ago, I decided to switch it over for private, and there's a couple of different reasons for that. I have my life on there. I want to protect that, and it's kind of personal, so that kind of allows me to judge by who's going to be able to see all of my stuff on there. Another reason is I have worked hard to build up my followers list. I have worked too hard for somebody to just come to my page and then just go and click follow on all my followers. That would be like them going to my Facebook page and they're just going to friend request all of my friends. So this allows me to kind of decide who's going to follow me. If it's a creeper trying to follow me, I'm going to block them. If it's an It Works distributor or another distributor for a network marketing company where I can tell they're building their business on Instagram and I don't know who they are, they're not going to follow me. So that allows me to kind of control who I'm going to follow. All right, so now we're going to kind of move down to postings a little bit. So if you were, let's just start at the top. If you were to look at these top 6, oh, there we go. If you were to look at these top 6 pictures, you would see that it's not just about It Works. Yes, I have It Works in there. Actually, 2 of the 6 pictures right now are about It Works, so I know that my next picture needs to be about It Works. I like to break it down. Whenever you're looking at those 6 pictures right there, I want 3 of them to be about It Works and 3 of them not to be about It Works. So the ones that aren't going to be about It Works, I have my Fs. I have my faces, my family, my friends, something funny, food, fashion. I love throwing in something motivational and inspirational to other people. So those are my 3 non-It Works things. A lot of times I'll go on Pinterest and I'll just pin a bunch of things, but then I'll also save them to my phone. Or if I'm scrolling through my Facebook or Instagram feed and I come across something that I really like, I'm going to go ahead and screenshot it. That way, whenever it comes time for me to make a post on Instagram, all I gotta do is go through my photo feed. It's not gonna take me 15 minutes to be able to come up with a post. So that kind of keeps it easy for me. Whenever I am doing my 3 posts about It Works, I'm not gonna have 3 posts right by each other. I'm gonna kind of break it up with my other posts that are going on throughout the day. I'm going to have 2 of them be about the products, whether it be a before and after picture or me using the product. I'm not going to do just pictures of a bottle or something like that because people aren't really interested in what the packaging looks like. They're interested in what it does. So 2 of them are going to be about our products, and then the 3rd one is going to be about our opportunity. Now, let me go back to my feed here. Whenever I say opportunity, I don't mean join my team for $99, you'll get a $500 bonus. I don't mean any of that because whenever somebody sees that, they think of one thing. They think of you posting that for your own benefit. Whenever we are in this business to help other people. So I want to kind of switch it around with my wording, and I want to reach out to people that need my help. I want to reach out to people that need an extra $500 a month, and I'm not going to be able to reach out to them by saying join my team and you'll get a $500 bonus. Because that comes across as my own gain, and that's it. So let me find one of my opportunity posts. Okay, so here's the one that I did, and actually this covered the faces one. So here's a picture of me holding up 4 fingers, and down on here you'll see it has absolutely nothing about join my team for $99. Join me. It doesn't have anything about my benefit. It has up here, I know you've been watching, you've been thinking this, and you've been thinking that. So that way I'm getting down on their level and I'm reaching out to them and their thoughts and letting them know that I was in the same exact position that they were in. But then I'm also going to let them know that I'm here to help them every step of the way. It is my goal to help them make extra money for their family. And then I have 4 spots left for one-on-one training and mentoring by yours truly. And I almost always leave my phone number. Majority of the time, I don't put that the kit's $99. If it's a product post, I don't have the price in there. I put information about the products, or if I put that I have some product testers, but I'm keeping it so simple. Because if we answer everything in that one little section, people aren't going to feel the need to ask questions. We want to be able to have a conversation with them and make sure they get their questions answered properly and not just assuming the answer to the question. So that's kind of like what I'll do with an opportunity post. Let me pull up kind of like what you don't want to do. Okay, so here's I have no idea who this person's page is. I just went ahead and I searched the It Works hashtag and I came across this page. When I see that page, all I see is a flood of It Works. Yeah, there's 2 pictures out of all of those that have anything to do with that person's life. 2 out of 12 pictures is about their life, and everything else is about It Works. When I go to this page, all I'm going to see is a flood of ads. It's not going to interest me. I'm not going to want to follow them back. I'm probably going to block them because I don't want anything to do with another ad. I see enough ads all day long. I don't need to see 10 more just by looking at one person's page. Whereas if you go and you look here, you don't see a flood of It Works. You see these 12 pictures here, and there's 2 before and after pictures. There's a picture of a bracelet in there that I got from a team member, thinking it works for the friendships that I've been able to gain. So don't be an ad. People see ads all day long. They don't need to see another one. Be thoughtful, be intentional, be real, be you, be excited. People want to know you. They want to know who they're talking to on the other end of this phone. I've had people tell me, I know people who sell this stuff, but I wanted to go ahead and sign up with you because I felt like I really, really knew you and you really cared about your team. Be you. Be real. That's what people want. People buy you before they buy any sort of product. Make sure your pictures are clear. That's fine if you find quotes or anything like that on Google, but make it clear. I don't want to scroll through my feed and have to squint to try to figure out what someone's picture is saying. You are a business owner. Be professional with it. Be tasteful with your pictures. And what I mean by that, again, this is your business. Be professional. So whenever I say be tasteful, me personally, this is just me, I'm not going to put up a picture of a lady's breast before wrapping and after wrapping. To me, I don't want that to represent my business. And if I was scrolling through my Instagram feed and I saw a picture of a girl's breast, I'm probably going to unfollow that person. So that's just me personally. You post the people you attract is by your post. So if you want to attract somebody like that, that's totally fine. I don't want to attract somebody like that. So I want to go over 3 things that I feel like you should do every single day on your Instagram. If you're not doing these 3 things every day, honestly, I feel like you're wasting your time. You're wasting your time on Instagram or social media or whatever if you're not doing these 3 things. Instagram, yes, can be time consuming if you make it. Otherwise, if you're not doing these 3 things, again, you're wasting your time. So the first one is making sure you're posting every single day. We don't make a post once a week and expect to just have a flood of people commenting and messaging us. I actually, in my alarm on my phone, every single day I have an alarm go off at 9 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and 7 o'clock. That's 6 different times. Every single time my alarm goes off there, I'm going to make a new post on Instagram. So that's my one thing that I make sure I do every day. I'm posting every single day. My alarm reminds me to do that. Now, I have a lot of freedom throughout the day, so I understand that not everybody can post 6 times a day. Figure out the times that work for you. Maybe set an alarm before you're getting ready to go into work, or maybe after you get done getting ready. Then before you go into work, your lunch break, right after you get out of work, before supper, evening time. 6 different posts right there. If people aren't seeing your name, they're not seeing your face, they're not seeing your page, they're going to forget about you. If you're making 2 posts a day, that's fine, but don't expect to get a lot of interaction from your followers. So the second thing that you want to make sure you're doing every single day is building a relationship with your followers. There's a big, big difference between somebody that has 10,000 followers and they don't engage or interact with their followers versus a person that might only have 1,000 followers, but they engage and they interact with their followers. So the person that has 1,000 followers and they engage, they're going to get a lot of interaction. They're going to get a lot of people asking about their products. They're going to get a lot of people expressing interest in their company. Versus the person who has 10,000 followers and they don't have any sort of relationship with your followers. Yes, it's important to have your product in front of a lot of people, but if you're not interacting with them, there's no point. Again, you're wasting your time following all these people. So the second thing, build a relationship with your followers. The way you do that, there's so many different ways, liking and commenting on people's pictures. So whenever my alarm goes off for me to go make a post on Instagram, I'm going to go make my post, and then I'm going to go to my main feed, and I'm just going to scroll through, and I'm going to double tap. So that is me putting my name in front of people all the time. Okay, so every couple of times I might stop and I'll make a comment on someone's picture. Then I'm going to go back and I'm going to like the pictures again. Every time I get a new follower or I'm going through and I'm following new people, if I come across someone public, I'm going to go through and I'm going to like 3 or 4 of their pictures. I'm putting myself out there for them to see them. Anytime somebody comments on my pictures, I'm going to make sure I'm going to comment back to them. So, creating relationships with your followers every day. The third thing that you want to make sure you're doing every day is following new people. This is another really, really big thing. Definitely, if you're not doing this, you're wasting your time. Otherwise, you're presenting your product in front of the same exact people every single day, which is fine, but those same exact people that are looking at your stuff every day isn't going to grow your business like this. So think about it like this. Say you have 50 followers. That's 50 people, probably not 50, because they're not going to always see their stuff, and they're not all on Instagram. Let's say only 30 people of those 50 are going to see your stuff. Okay, that's 30 people. Let's just say you have 5,000 followers, and only 3,000 of them are on Instagram every day. I personally would rather have 3,000 people seeing my stuff versus 30 people seeing my stuff every day. I'm putting myself out there in front of new people. And again, it's not about a number, it's about engaging with those people. But you want to make sure you're putting yourself and your products in front of new people every single day. That's what's going to help your business grow. So, I'm going to show you a couple of different ways on how you can follow new people. Number 1 rule of Instagram. I do let team members follow me, but the moment I catch, and trust me, I've caught probably 3 distributors now on my team, go to my page and follow my followers. I don't allow you to follow me so you can have access to my followers. I allow you to follow me so you can see my stuff. So don't go to another It Works distributor, regardless if it's me, regardless if it's somebody else, and follow their followers. They're building their business. They're working hard for their followers just to have somebody go up to their followers and follow all of them. I wouldn't go to your friends list and do that. So, okay. So if you go to the little search bar down there, and then you go up at the top, and you're going to click search. Okay, so there's a couple of different ways you can do this. You can search by people. You can search by tags. And by tags, that just means hashtags. So say if we want to do people, let's just do a celebrity. So we're going to do, all right, I went ahead and searched the Bachelor guy because chances are he probably has a lot of females following him. So I searched Sean Lowe. He has 830,000 followers. I'm going to go ahead and click those. Maybe. Okay. So you can see this is his full list of followers now. Now that we have this full list of followers, there's 2 different ways you can do it. If you're public, I would pre-scan each page before you click follow. If you're private, you can go through and you can just click follow, 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 follow. Let's see if you can see that. There we go. You can just go through and click follow, 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 follow. Because since I'm private, I'm going to be able to judge who's going to be able to see my stuff. I have to approve or deny them. Whereas if I'm public, they're going to be able to have automatic access to my page. So if you're public, pre-scan the page before you click follow. If you're private, just go ahead and hit follow. So as I'm going through, and say I come across somebody who's public, it'll highlight green. I'm going to click their page. Let me find one. Turn my phone on silent. Maybe. Okay. Here I found somebody who's public. So I'm going to, first I'm going to click follow. Then I'm going to like 2 or 3 of her pictures. Then I'm going to go to her followers. And then I'm going to go through and hit follow, 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 follow. Find someone who's public, like 3 of their pictures, then go to their followers. Do the same thing over and over. So now I'm not even connected to the Sean Lowe that I searched for. I'm at a totally different random person. We can't prejudge who we think would buy products from us and who we think would be good at this business. That's what I've learned over time. We cannot prejudge who would be interested. Another way you can do it, search a boutique or search a brand, search a store. Don't go and follow the celebrities or the product or the store because those people aren't going to buy from you and they're not going to follow you back. So search or follow real people not people that have thousands upon thousands and thousands of followers. They're not going to follow you back, and they're not going to generate sales or leads for you. Now, once you've kind of got it going a little bit and you've gotten a lot of followers, people outside the people that you already know, you can go to your profile and you can click your followers. So I'll click my followers. I'll just start at the top. So here's the top person on my followers. So she has 752 followers. So I'm going to go through and I'm just going to click follow, 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 follow. Find someone who's public, like her stuff, follow her page, go through her followers. Same thing over and over again. So every single day when that alarm goes off on my phone, I'm going to make a post on Instagram. I'm going to go through and I'm going to like and comment on posts. And then I'm going to go through and I'm going to follow as many people as I can before I get locked out. Those 3 things every time my alarm goes off. And my alarm goes off 6 times throughout the day. Let's just say that took me 10 minutes. 10 minutes 6 times a day is only an hour out of my day for Instagram. An hour out of my day every single day that has allowed me to complete the steps of success twice. I wouldn't be Triple Diamond without Instagram. So think about it like that. Yes, it may take time, but to me, that time is worth it. That time that I spend an hour of my day, 10 increments 6 times a day, it's paid off. If you could make 6 figures doing Instagram, 10 minutes of a day, 6 times a day, wouldn't that be worth it for you? I mean, it seems like a no-brainer to me, but okay, so we're almost finished here. Those 3 things every single day whenever my alarm goes off. So whenever you look at my page here, you can see that I'm following 5,999 people, and I have 10,000 followers. So you max out at following 7,500 people. And of course, whenever you're following new people, which I'm going to backtrack a little bit, hopefully I don't confuse you. Whenever I'm talking about following new people every day, I think it's important that you try to follow 500 new people a day. If you do 100 new people a day, you might only get 15 new followers. If you do 500 new people a day, think about how many new followers you're getting every single day. You max out at 1,000, so make sure you don't go over that 1,000 mark. Okay, so back to this followers and following count. You want to kind of make sure that this following count isn't super, super high and this is super low. Because if I came across a page or somebody came across my page and they see that I'm following 4,000 people and I only have 1,000 followers, that's kind of going to look a little spammy to them. So there's a way that we can kind of control this. We want to unfollow the people that have never followed us back. So I'm going to exit out of my Instagram. And then here are a few different apps you can use. I personally like to use Crowdfire. That's the one that I've always used from the get-go, but these are other ones that are also available as well. So I'll go into Crowdfire. And once this opens, it's going to load. So this is retrieving everyone not following me back right now. So it's going to load, and I'm going to have to load all of the people. And then once I do, I'm not going to start at the list of the people on the top because those are the people that I've most recently followed, and I want to make sure I give them a chance to follow me back. So what I'm going to do, once it loads, I'm going to scroll all the way to the bottom until it stops. Once it does, I'm going to go ahead and hit the red button. I'll hit the red button all the way until, there we go, all the way until I max out. And I typically max out at 150. So I just unfollowed 150 people that aren't following me back within a matter of like 20 or 30 seconds. So I would do that a couple different times a week. That's going to help you keep that following and followers number a little even. I know in the beginning it's a little hard, but just make sure you don't forget about that app. Inside that app, there is an option to see your recent unfollowers. Honestly, I wouldn't look at it. Whenever I first started utilizing Instagram and these apps, it would upset me every single time somebody I knew or even just somebody unfollowed me. I would wonder why, and I would kind of have a bad day from it. So don't even look at your recent unfollowers, your recent unfollowers. All you want to look at is your non-followers. And I'm not even looking at that person's name or their face or anything. I'm just clicking that red button all the way until I get locked out. And I just do that twice a week. So, two more things. Let's go with direct messaging. So, we actually have an inbox in Instagram. Some people don't know this, but if you go to your main photo feed and you go to, there's a little drop box up at the top. If you go to this drop box up at the top, you'll see that is your inbox. So I have, oh my gosh, so many different messages. Mine aren't loading all the way. But here's where I'll have conversations back and forth with people. Anytime somebody likes one of my It Works photos or they comment on it, I'm going to go ahead and talk to them through direct messaging. If they ask for information on a photo, I'm not going to answer all their questions there. I'm going to tag them and say, I'll send you a direct message. I'm going to go to the direct message. I'm going to include a picture of what they liked or commented on. If they commented on it, I'll say, hey girl, I'd love to get you more information on this. Where are you located? Reason for that is I'm not throwing them information right out from the get-go. 2, I want to make sure they're in an area that we ship to with that product. So that's going to kind of make sure that they also received the message too, because not all the time people don't know that that's there sometimes. If they liked it, say it was a before and after picture, I'm going to say, hey girl, thanks for love on my post. Were you interested in learning more about this product? If it was an opportunity post, again, I'm going to include the picture that they liked. I'm going to put, hey girl, thanks for the love on my post. Were you interested in learning a little bit more about what I do? We're not spamming people. You're not pushing people. A lot of times people are scared to reach out to us. So why wouldn't we take matters into our own hands and reach out to them for them? Majority of the time, people say, yes, I am interested. Can you send me some more information? Sometimes people don't respond. Sometimes people don't even read it. That's okay. I don't delete that message. I've had people 6 weeks later, they'll be like, I'm so sorry, I just got this message. So don't delete them. Every single Friday, I'm going to scroll through, and you can choose any day you want to follow up, but I choose Friday as my follow-up just because Friday is typically payday for most people. So I'm going to start at the very top of my direct messages. I'm going to, let's find one that would work. Okay. So here's someone where we were talking back and forth about the hair, skin, and nails. I sent her a message on September 22nd. And I said, hey, were you interested in still getting your order in for the hair, skin, and nail supplement? She never responded. So let's say today is my time to send her a message again. But I don't want to have a feed of just me sending messages. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold my finger down on that and I'm going to click unsend. So what that's going to do is it's going to get rid of the message on my end and on her end. So that way, every time I'm following up with her, I just don't have a feed of my follow-ups and her never responding. I'm going to follow up with her every 2 weeks until she signs. Do not forget about your follow-ups, because if you don't follow up with somebody else is going to follow up with them and you're going to lose the sale. I have a planner that I purchased specifically for my follow-ups. So this was early October or early September. I'm sorry, jumping the gun a little bit. Okay, so here's Friday the 4th of September, and I put on here to follow up with her, and her. So that way I knew that I needed to follow up with them, but I also went through all my other messages and my direct messages, my email, my text messages, and followed up with people, but I wanted to make sure I remembered them. Not only that, in the back of my notebook, I have a list of potential distributors and a list of potential customers, because we can't remember every single person that has ever expressed any interest. When they express interest, they're a potential. Write their name down and make sure you're following up with them 2 weeks until they sign up. I've had people that signed up as distributors under somebody else, and I went back and looked at my messages, and I had waited 2 months before I followed up with them. That was my fault. I couldn't blame me losing those distributors on anybody else but myself. So I think that's about it on my notes. Again, be consistent with this. There is an Ambassador Diamond. Whenever she started building her business on Instagram, she posted faithfully, and she did these 3 things every single day on Instagram for 60 days with no response and no interaction. But on day 60, she woke up to messages and text messages from people that wanted to join her team. Be consistent. Post something every single day. Build relationships with your followers and follow new people every single day. If you are not doing those 3 things every single day, I'm going to say it again, you're wasting your time. So let this be an outlet for you to take advantage of. There are so many people on Instagram. Utilize it. Utilize all of these users, and I promise it's going to change your business.